Another one for the Hexblast Ignite, I say mid-budget build guide. This one is like I said, the same as the last one. The Hexblast Ignite, Black Flame staff version, whatever you want to call it. But this is pretty much the second version of Hexblast Ignite I played, or third version that technically that I played now. Two of them were more recently, and one was in the past. So before I go into the build guide, I want to talk about something real fast. If you are watching this and you do like Hexblast Ignite, I do plan on bringing back the Templar version this league also. Mainly because of this league being dead, there's not a whole lot of items to buy, selling sucks this league. So I'm pretty much going to take advantage of the league being pretty much a dead league. And I'm going to end up trying out the Templar version of this build. This one would be, Templar one would be more of a one that I played back in Ultimatum League. I'm going to, since back then we didn't have the new tree with the Alice passive, or not Alice, shit, I can't talk. Passive tree on the skill points. So like back then, the tree didn't look like this, where you had like the masteries, or not, there you go. Like you didn't have any of these back then. So that's why I wanted to retry the Templar version out. Like back then, like Templar also got the Ascendancy change, where no more element immunity. So I want to try it out, the pure fire version, and see how it feels. I'm going to try it out a couple different ways, and also test out, see if it's worth playing for league start. Like no ashes, I'm going to use the old version I played. It's a lot cheaper. Try out different things like that. Because mainly I want to see is comparing all three builds, the Templar, pure fire, the Witch, both Witch Black Flame versions, but one is like a Spectre and Shield, and one is a Staff. See how they all play out, which one I think is the best. But that'd be like a future thing. I'll do it all this league. I just need to do the Templar one, which probably like later in the month, maybe next month or so. Like maybe the end of September, early October, depending on when I can get to it. But let's go into this build. So I sort of forgot what was done in the last video. So I think some of these items should be the same, like most of them. Some of them will be different. I forgot exactly what, so I'm going to go over everything again. I do know that all the gems are the exact same. The only thing I did is all the gems now are level 2020. I got some Awakening gems on here that are about to go level 3. So you can see on these ones, they're pretty close to 3, but that's pretty much it. None of them are 4s. I have like a 21... Yeah, there is. 2120 gem, 2020 hex, and that's pretty much it. There's Awakening gem here. That's about it with the gems. Staff, same staff. Still the same Molten Shell. Cast damage taken setup. You don't need to go anonymous. The same thing here. Faster casting, Spell Totem, Wither, Multi-Totem. Drop faster if you need to for links. Still the same, that helmet. So I think the helmet's okay. It's definitely not needed. I keep let's flip the switch up for next round. So you don't need the helmet. This is more of a quality of life thing. Do I think the helmet's nice? Yes. Can you do better without it? Yes. It's just a lazy stat. Wanted to try it out. Okay, it's getting annoying now. Dash D and D. Leave me alone. So the helmet, you don't need it. If you're not gonna play the helmet, get like a ES get like an ES armor-based helmet. Fix your stats. Fix your resistance. You could probably do much better stuff with like probably Ignite or something, probably somewhere in there. Burning Damage. I think Warlord has some stuff about that. Didn't really look into it though. But it's still the same. Divergent Malevolence, Enlighten, Defiance Banner, Determination. Chest piece, still a 6 link. I did try changing around a little bit. I did change to get increased chaos damage just till I ran out of currency. But chest piece still not done. It's just something. It's still the same 6 link. The ring, I did get the Vermilion ring in here, like I talked about in the last one, at level 80. With pretty much, quality life on it. And then get like a T1 life roll and just get resistance to fix my resistance problem. Still ashes, don't need it. Like I said in the last one, you can use Shapers or Elder's Necklace. Both work very well. Still the Stygian. Like I said, if you want to upgrade from the Stygian is probably the best one. If you want to go up higher, more money, Headhunter works, Mage Blood works. Just get what you need. Boats, I tried rolling the boats. I ended up not getting the best on it. I got like movement speed, and then I ended up getting poison to inflict. I was trying to get the ignite to inflict, but like I said, I ran out of Aldridge currency by then, so I got stuck with the poison one, the last one. But you ideally want that one to be ignite. And same setup, AoE, blasphemy, and temp chains, and just the random punishment to cast to trigger the Vixen gloves. Same gloves, pretty much Vixen is what's casting your despair whenever you cast punishment. Flask setup, I can't remember if these are new or not, but it's pretty much like a bleed immune, enduring flask to keep your mana going because your mana sucks right now. I put a Rumi's concoction on here. You don't need it. I just got this to cap my attack block, and or not like cap it. I think is number 3. Okay, yeah. So it's to cap my attack block, and then about half, a little bit over half of spell block. So Rumi's works as a placeholder. It's not the ideal situation. It's just a situation for the time being. An armor flask with gain charge on crits. I want to try it. It seemed like it's working. I still have realized that I completely forgot to put the instilling orbs on these to get to use when full, so that you don't have to worry about these 3 flasks. You don't have to worry about these 2. I just completely forgot, to be honest. So in the tree, the only thing that really changed, I believe, from since the last video is I got the cluster jewel in here now, and the cluster jewel does add a lot of damage when you get to it. Like my cluster jewel, it's pretty much Distorting Display, Prismatic Heart, and Smoky Remains. Mainly Smoky Remains and Distorting Display, because Smoky Remains gives you 10% chance to create a smoke cloud, and then the Display gives you 10% chance to blind. So smoke cloud is pretty much a blind. So pretty much it's like a 20% blind chance, so it does help out. Up here on the mediums, I use them to pretty much fix my ignite chance. So with both of these having blowback, I have my 100% chance to ignite. I definitely do want to try dropping one of the blowbacks in the future. It's just, it's not easy to get the 100% chance without the blowbacks. And then like one has Smoky Remains on it for another 10% chance to get a smoke cloud, so 30% blind chance pretty much. And the other one is just a cheap damage over time and more life. And then same thing, Watcher's Eye. Deadly Elements, you inflict or deal damage faster. The other Malevolence one's much better, but a lot more expensive. And then this jewel is pretty nice. It's a pretty much a life jewel, or percent life, percent fire damage, percent fire dot multi, and a percent damage on top of it. So it's a pretty nice jewel I got. I got this one pretty cheap. If you're gonna search for these, I would say just search for fire dot multi, life, and then fire damage even. They go for like 1 divine. I think I got lucky on this one. I got this one for like 50 chaos for some reason, but it works for the time being. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, like these points here to strengthen decks. Try to get your build to fix them. It was extremely annoying with my build to fix that shit. So there's a lot of put stuff on, take it off, on, off different spots. It lasted a long time before I finally got that fixed. And then like over here, I finished this out more. Like I went up this way, got my life wheel here. Like this is my next skill point. Our next level 95 is to get this life wheel. Then I also decided to take these points down here. I don't know if it's worth it or not for the 14% fire dot multi. It might be worth it. I just had some points, so I might have to go this way. If you want with your build, this is the other 10% ignite chance that does work very well. You know, you can go like up here, go this way, and get these 3 points. So then connect this way and drop that point. The only thing is, it's a lot more points, and it's a nice holy domain. Domain is very nice to take. It's a lot of damage, resistance. It's really good overall. It's just if you have the points to spare for it. Like you can cut out, you know, the 1 point there, cut out these 3 points, and you can definitely take it. It's only pretty much just if you need the chance to ignite, this is another 10% perfect spot to get it. But just take it if you need it. like I dropped the 2 points here and just invested those 2 points and like these 2 points. So like that's just a placeholder and to get your if you have your Watcher's Eye or a good jewel, take these two. If you don't have those, skip these two. Like this one's really good here too if you want like another big armor boost. The staff, we don't need it, but it's nice. Another like armor or reduced crit over here, but you probably don't want to take it. Jewel slot here if you want to go that route. If you get like really good jewels. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's the main part of it. We'll do a quick map showcase of the changes. You pretty much like you saw in the, let's do I guess him. That works. So like you saw in the last video I put out of this build doing all the endgame bosses. Maven, I've done many Shapers, many Elders, Call of Osiris's, Call of Mavens. Like I've done a couple of everything. The build does work. This is like a low like the end of the low budget, I would say. So like at this point, if you want to upgrade it, besides like the very small things, like getting all, level 5 Awakening Gems, get level 5, AOE, but you don't really need it. Fixing the Flask especially. Getting the Eldritch currency fix on the gear, better chest piece, like stuff like that, it's gonna start costing a lot of currency. So the biggest upgrade for this build is gonna be the staff. So I'll talk about it at the end of this video real quick. But there is a big upgrade for the staff. You want to do like insane amount of damage with this build, probably like triple your damage or something. I'm pretty sure the weapon will work. It's just gonna cost you easily 50 to 80 divines. Give you a heads up, or exalts if they ever change in the future. Because then that's when you have to run like empower and all that kind of stuff. We can take the Chaos one over there. It's just annoying. Whatever. Just don't want to die. Level 3. Okay. But like the build works. Definitely there's a lot of upgrades I personally want to make to the build to make it even better. Because it definitely does have, the build does lack survivability compared to the other versions I played that was able to tank a lot more. Mainly because you're running a staff instead of a sword and shield. Because the shield version gives you a lot of defense. The staff version gives you a lot of damage, less defense. That's one thing you got to balance too between the two builds if you want to go damage or go more defense. If you're on league start, the staff version is going to be much more friendly to you. If you're at like a super end game, the shield and sword be much more nicer option, but it depends on the league and all that kind of stuff. Is there anything else left in the map? Where's the boss? But yeah, boss, it's the same as the last one. Totems, wait for your hex to go off, and that's it. And he's dead. Basically, the mapping works very well. I like the build a lot. It's a lot of fun. I always like the Hexblast builds. But pretty much if you want to upgrade the build, one of your biggest upgrades is going to be the staff. So this staff is more like, I would say, the budget version. If you want to go the big staff, Cane of Callmac is going to be your best friend for that. You see, if you look at POE Ninja, every like end game version of this one runs Cane of Callmac because you like get +3 support gems. I believe you get like a crap ton of like fire damage or burning damage, something like around that number. And once you get that, you get an empower level 4 on your build. So that becomes level 7. It bumps up all your other gems. It's just a massive increase of damage. And overall, something like that, well, it would pretty much make your damage skyrocket to the point where this version should be able to kill everything without even trying. And then like you can definitely like, get rid of helmet, get rid of this ring, run it much better. Even some people are using like some people even use Prior Ring just for to destroy enemies, to get 75% more damage, some resistance. So like this one's not bad either if you want to use that instead. That's why I used to level up with this build. But like, there's a lot of improvements to the build that can be made. I'm just not going to go into showing like a whole lot since I talked about last video, our last build guy stuff. So Jewel is still the same. Actually, I forgot about this one too. Life, some chaos damage, stats. Trying to think what else. Like chest piece can be upgraded. Amulet, I still don't know. Like Mage Blood, if you want to go big damage, get better gloves. Curse on hit gloves even could work. But you probably don't need to run this version anymore. Like if you have another option you can go with too if you want instead of those gloves, is get the get the Maven Jewel that gives you CI, but it starts at CI, so you can take Whispers of Doom even, and then you have your mana reservation points here if you want to go that route for those 3 points. It's just that Jewel is very expensive. I think I covered everything. Pantheons, I don't remember if I did this or not, but it's like every build I play. Brian Kane, Aberranth. These are pretty much my 2 go-to for every single build that doesn't have Purity of Elements. Bandits kill all. Trying to think anything else I missed. I think that's like the base version of the build. Like I already went over how the build works in the last video, so I'm not gonna do that again. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of the mid-budget version. So I'm not going to actually upgrade this build anymore because this league is going to be really hard to upgrade the staff compared to other leagues since a lot of people already quit the league. Like over like a third of the people already quit within the first week because of this whole league problems I'm not going to go into. But because of that, I'm not going to try to wait online for 1, 2, 3 weeks for the staff to come online. I'd rather just move on to the build I personally want to play. And then I have an idea already how this build will go in the future, which is part of what I wanted to already know before I can figure out next league, which league starting between all 3 versions. But I want to do a Templar version first before I make make another video about all 3, and so I can pretty much give you my input on it, so that if you want to play Hexblast Ignite, you have my input on it. You have all 3 versions I played, and what I think is the best one for me personally is what he's going to, and what I've noticed. I'm trying to think anything else. I probably missed something. If I did, put in the description below. I could try to answer best I can. Something about the builds, anything else in general. Don't be just feel free to put it in there. I think I forgot to mention this, but if you on the tree, I can't remember if I did or not. Don't take this wheel here, the chaos damage, until you actually have black flame. Because without having black flame, you don't do chaos damage. Just in case someone forgot. Like the wheel, this is also the same thing. Just remember malediction #1. And then from this, I probably would say just take your void beacon and your withering step just to have them. Even though if you don't have your black flame, I still think 1, 2, 3, 4 is still the correct option. Because you don't really care about hexproof enemies until close to red tier maps, and you should have your 4th lab done anyway by that point, so it doesn't really matter too much. But like I think having the chaos res early on is pretty nice. Withering is a massive damage increase. No life regen rate is pretty nice too. Like I think overall that's probably the best setup to go with. But I think that's it. I'll link the POE in the description below. I think I got everything. The POE, if I can figure out where it's at, I think it's this one. Yeah. So everything should be correct in here. I might have screwed up the configurations, but this is pretty much like the Guardian damage. Because that's what I was doing a lot of, like Shaper Guardians, Elder Guardians. So it's better to get those numbers. But like just remember, most of your damage comes from your Doom stacks. That's where all your damage comes from. Because without Doom, you do 77. With max Doom, you're at 17. So it's a lot of damage alone just comes from your Doom stacks. Withering stacks is a big damage boost. But like normally you have like 4 million per right click. So that's why mapping is very easy with the build. It's just your hit pool is very small with the staff. But I'll put this POE in the description below if anyone wants to see it. But hope you liked the video. If you like me, subscribe below. If I'm on Twitch, I hope I got everything in this video. And I'm going to put this build up for sale now and play the build I want to play to start doing some Legion farming that I'm actually looking forward to. Because we were pretty much crafting that and I destroyed my line of currency. So I need the money from the ashes to hopefully finish a budget version that I'll talk about in a future video. But hope you liked the video. Hope to see everyone on the next one.